Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First leg is Chris to throw first. Game on.
And as recently as last month, he beat Gary Anderson in the first round of a Players' Championship event in Barnsley. I think it was the day after, admittedly, the world champion had won Players' Championship 12, so Anderson might have had his foot off the gas, but let's not take that away from Chris Dobey. A win against the world champion is a win against the world champion.
Yeah, of course it is, even on a Sunday.
They all count.
Doubly sweet, bearing in mind that the Flying Scotsman is something of a mentor to Dobey.
100.
Michael Smith, Chris Dobey and Adam Hunt, three of the young players in that stable managed by Gary Anderson and Tommy Gilmore. And Dobey, that weekend that you've just mentioned in the German Darts Masters where he made the quarter-final, that's where something seemed to click for him. He played superbly, had a 100 average for the tournament, played excellently right the way through. And
59.
From then on, he's looked a different player. I mean, the next three events he made the last 16 of all of them. He made another last 16 since then as well. And he just wasn't doing that prior to that weekend in Germany.
174.
And that isn't bad from Christoph Ratajski.
Yeah, very neat and tidy. You mentioned Adam Hunt there, seamlessly linking me onto the European Tour debut for Christoph Ratajski last year in Mulheim last September, almost a year ago. He lost 6-5 to Hunt in the first round there.
He's been around a while as Christoph.
He has indeed.
100.
And he's nicknamed the Polish champion. He has won the Polish national championship, which is a good thing because, I mean, if he hadn't, it would be a poor nickname.
57.
Or at least carry a lot of pressure.
98.
98 he wants for the first leg against the throw. Treble 18. Double 12.
Nicely done.
Yes, Christoph Ratajski, and that is the first leg against the throw.
Second leg is Christoph to throw first.
Alternatively, he could have called himself the first Polish player to qualify for either code of the World Championship.
That's a rubbish nickname, though, isn't it?
A bit long, needs trimming down a bit. Take an axe to that one. Ratajski, break of throw. First leg
60
against Chris Dobey.
First time these two have met. However, hang on, Chris.
125.
Just missing out the first maximum. However, Christoph, on two separate occasions, has come up against Chris Dobey's dad, Gordon, both at the Czech Open. Now, I've not met Gordon, but I am assured by a number of people, Paul Nicholson included, that Chris's dad, Gordon, is one heck of a dart player. And look at this. His son's not bad either.
125.
Once again, he finds the 5 with the third dart, though, but he's in good shape in this second leg as he looks to bounce back straight away. It's been a big 12 months for Chris Dobey. We mentioned, though, key scalps that he's picked up, but he made his debut in unicorn colours in May at the European Match Play in Hamburg, where he made the second round.
59.
And we will see him again this year on the European Tour. He qualified for Hildesheim, which is the 10th and final European Tour event of 2016. He didn't qualify for Riesa last year, so this is new territory for him.
Yeah, he smashed his way through qualifying for this, didn't he?
He did. One leg dropped against David Wilson. Beat Keegan Brown 6-zip in his final qualifier.
140.
Look at this.
Did not hang around, and he's not hanging around here either. Down to 52, but Ratajski in with a sniff here.
Needs a treble. Doesn't get it. So Dobey, he's got a choice
60.
here. 12 for tops, 20 for double 16. It is the latter. And there it is, 14 dart leg. Great response from Chris Dobey, breaks back immediately.
Game on.
Stylish response from Chris Dobey.
100.
And like Ratajski, Dobey also made his European Tour debut in Mulheim last September as well, where he lost 6-3 to Wes Newton in the first round. But like I say,
60.
Massively impressive in Germany at the Masters over the course of the Easter weekend, beating Thornton and Shizzy.
59.
Yeah, and his performances in Europe, I mean, he, at the moment, coming into this weekend, he's 25th in the European rankings, once you take into account all the money accrued from people who've already qualified for the remaining European Tour events. So he's looking very, very well placed to go and play in Hasselt in Belgium in November
57.
and give himself a chance of, another big TV stage upon which to go and impress.
Yeah, because his first real TV stage, or big TV stage, I suppose, was the World Series finals in Glasgow, as Ratajski threatened a 180. That was the end of last year, November time, wasn't it? And put in a very accomplished display against Terry Jenkins, and he's putting in another one here as well. Lost 6-5 to Jenkins in the first round.
Yeah, gave him a battle. But, you know, if he gets there and he picks up a few more quid over the rest of the year, he can move into that top 64. Means he doesn't have to worry about losing his tour card if he stays in that top 64.
100.
And he's hit a ton there to get down to 45. Now the 142, Jamie Caven took this out in the very first leg of the evening session. Christoph Ratajski's not taken out though, so Dobey, you would think...
42.
Well, that's okay. 45. Leaves him 100, but is he going to go 13 here? He will. So double 16. Now double 8. Dobey into the lead for the first time.
Four legs, Christoph to throw first. Game on.
1-0 down, 2-1 up. Christoph Ratajski, by the way, Paul Nicholson and I were talking about Ronnie Heibrech's dog-eared flights. These are, I think, potential challengers.
58.
They look like dog-chewed flights. Good stuff from Chris Dobey. You don't get better when you're starting a leg of darts.
Yeah, he's just slipping into a nice gear here, isn't he, Chris Dobey?
Looks pretty good from Ratajski as well.
100.
Just the ton.
Yeah. Promised more, potentially, but wasn't to be. Led Van Gerwen 5-4 in that match in Munich earlier this year, by the way, but once it went to the decider, you always feared that Van Gerwen would come up with something special, and he did. He won the decider with an 11-darter.
He did, but there was a noticeable tone of relief in Van Gerwen's interview, not only after that game, but at the end of the tournament, which he went on to win. And the first thing he said was,
140.
That lad Chris Dobey gave me a bit of a scare, or words to those effects.
Words to that effect. The boy done good.
Yeah, if the world number one is impressed
59.
with you,
you're doing something right.
Now the 1-2-1 doesn't need to go 11 and ball, so 15s you would think, well, he's gone 25. Absolutely astounded that he hit it, it would seem. Open-mouthed astonishment from Chris Dobey.
85.
But he comes back to look at double 4. This would be a third leg on the spin for Chris Dobey, and there it is, 13 darter. Good stuff from the 26-year-old.
Yeah, that's 2 breaks of throw he's had now. 3 in total in the match, but Dobey is looking very, very assured here. Some good scoring here, some healthy averages too. If we just take a peek at the 93.9 or so at the moment, as opposed to Ratajski's 87. Big improvement on the first match of the evening.
And there you go, it's actually climbed to nearly 96 there, Chris Dobey. And the first 9 for both guys isn't anything great, but the finishing from both of them has been very good. I mean, Dobey's hit 3 out of 4, and Ratajski, he's only had 1 dart at double, and he nailed it.
He nailed it, yeah, for the first break in the first leg, 98 checkout.
Ooh, sliding into the treble 5, bit of lateral drift, as we call it.
Just 1 break down, or 2 effectively, given that Dobey threw first. Needs to find a couple of breaks here. Needs to stop the rot, because Dobey has just built up a head of steam here. 3 legs on the bounce. You see there, 14, 18 and 13. Level par 85. For Rob Harrington.
Well, look, they're good. They're, 5 and 6 visits to the board, but all 3 of those legs, Ratajski would have won if he'd thrown a 15-darter himself. Now, he wasn't able to do that.
140.
And that's what these guys expect of themselves. They think, you should be able to finish a leg of darts in 15 darts, and that's, your flat 100 average. And that is a lot better from Christoph Ratajski, and it gets him back in this leg. There's pressure on this 87. Great dart. Look at this. Chris Dobey. Oh, double 9. Tricky switch. Oh, not tricky at all. And the superb finishing goes on.
Game on.
Yeah, there's lots to admire about Chris Dobey's performance today. Ratajski as you say, he's getting himself in position, but he's just being undone by Dobey at the crucial times. He was certainly in position there.
135.
Winner of this, by the way, faces Jelle Klaassen, the number 8 seed in the second round tomorrow.
Yeah, and this is... Oh, great response, Dobey. And that's a second 180. But this is in that quarter of the draw, which has already seen withdrawals from Michael van Gerwen and from Daryl Gurney. Hang about.
Oh. 140.
Now Chris Dobey kicked off 180. And that's a 4.
5.
Oh, he came down with a treble 19. Had he hit it, it would have been 144 for the 9-darter.
The elusive 9-darter came close in Dusseldorf. Michael van Gerwen on 2 occasions.
140.
Ross Smith, this date is actually in my mind now. 28th of June, I was going to say 1913. 2013 in
Feels
Gibraltar.
like it.
Ross Smith, yeah, it might as well have been.
140.
What a leg of darts this is from these two.
Brilliant stuff. I mean, Ratajski is unfortunate that he's come up against Dobey, because I think against another player he might well have had enough about him today.
Oh, you needed to hit the 18, Christoph, to give yourself a dart at the bull. He was on an 11-darter. He's not going to get a dart for the leg in this visit, and Chris Dobey should get 2 for a 5-1 lead and a break of throw.
And again, underlines the point, Ratajski just coming undone at exactly the wrong time, and Dobey will be all over this like a rash. Double 16 for a 5-1 lead.
Shot on the 6th
and you know the rest.
Chris Dobey.
He's playing really well, Dobey, and he's punishing Ratajski for the errors that have begun to creep in here.
Both guys have played a fantastic leg of darts there. There has been one poor dart from Krzysztof Ratajski that has denied him a dart for the leg, and Dobey has just stepped in, cleared it up in 2 darts. He is playing excellently. He's averaging around about that 100 mark. There you go, 100.15, and that is without really piling in with the big scores at the start of the leg. It is his finishing that has been absolutely spellbinding. 71.5% nearly for Chris Dobey on the doubles.
And he's in the mood again here on the trebles.
Oh,
isn't he just? Look at this. Crowd are loving this. And I tell you what, if Dobey does get through, and I think he will, that match with Klaassen tomorrow night will be something special, or at least promises to be.
Well, everybody in this bit of the draw, their ears will have just pricked up a little bit with Michael van Gerwen's withdrawal. Not only that, but, you know, Daryl Gurney has gone out, and we know how well Daryl has been playing of late. You've got Jordi Movesa, who, you know, he doesn't have the experience of big European Tour stages. You've got Ryan Meikle, who doesn't have any experience of European Tour stages until this afternoon.
And both of those guys played really well today.
100. They did play well.
Pressure require 130.
But it is a huge opportunity for everybody in this part of the draw to find themselves in the latter stages of this tournament. And he didn't need to use the bull route there, Dobey, which is why he moved across to the 18s. He sets it up. We'll be looking at double 16. And bearing in mind he's hitting 71% of his doubles, you fancy that this is going to go and Dobey's going to set up a clash with Jelle Klaassen in the second round tomorrow.
Irrespective of what Ratajski does here, and Ratajski is down to a finish, but Dobey, well, it's a fait accompli, and there it is, double 16, wraps it up. Much to admire about Chris Dobey there. 3 successive breaks of throw. He went 1-0 down, but he reeled off the next 6. And the man from Bedlington is through to face Jelle Klaassen in the second round of the International Darts Open here in Riesa tomorrow night. What a prospect that match promises to be. And the rest of the field may just be taking note here, because that's another accomplished display from the man who's had several notable scalps in his very brief PDC career. Little mishap there with the glass of water, raising a smile on stage afterwards, but Dobey is through. He won't mind about his damp trousers there. Up next, we've got Kyle Anderson against Vincent Kamphuis. That's one to look forward to as well. They're on stage very shortly. Let's hear from your latest winner on stage with Elmer Polka.
I just said Paul was watching your game, and he was so happy with a great performance. Average of over 100, more than 70% percentage of doubles.
Yeah, I was happy with the way like I say, I've had a couple of weeks off being on holiday, and I've just tried to put the time in when I've been back, and it's just nice to be playing well again. So I'm happy with the performance.
So where have you been on holiday?
Well, I've had a holiday with my friend and then family. So, like I say, it was a nice break, but it's nice to get back in the business. So.
Jelle Klaassen is waiting. That's the next one tomorrow.
Yeah, I played Jelle. I think it was Hamburg, and I missed a double to beat him, but I owe him one. So hopefully play as well like that and give him a good game. So.
Looking forward to that match. Thank you very much. Chris Dobey.